All right, we got here, and I'm gonna go knock on this guy's door and see if he has an opportunity for me to be a hired hand. See what he says. Hope this guy's not really mad or angry, but excuse me, sir. I hear that you're looking for like a hired hand. Like, is there an opportunity that I can, I don't know, work for you or something?
We are looking for some extra help.
You are?
Do you have an application?
I don't have a resume, but I might require the assistance of your shop. Would that be okay?
Sure.
Okay. Can I come in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on in.
All right. There you go.
Skills. Farm's good, weld's good. Education, meh. Love leg arms.
Do I meet the standard?
Yeah, we could use some extra help. You'll do.
Yes.
So the first thing we're going to do today is we got to change oil in the 8360 right here.
Okay.
We're going to change the oil here. And I also want to show you our brand new John Deere S780 over here. This is our brand new combine that just got brought over. It's got the tracks on it. It also has Combine Advisor, so it'll automatically test the grain and watch the grain as it's coming in and make the necessary adjustments. So it's quite the machine.
Zach, I'm sorry. I can't work for you. It's just too much green. I can't do this right now, okay? I'm sorry. Thank you for your time, sir. You have a nice day. I can't do this!
Hey guys, I'm back. Still alone. The man with the legs on the arms has not returned yet, but I have heard from a pretty reliable source that he's on his way back right now. So I decided, it's water under the bridge. We're just gonna write up a contract. I'll have him sign in a couple places, agree to a couple terms that are not unreasonable, but probably will mean full ownership of him on the farm for at least the extended future. We'll figure that one out when we get there. But for now, I've been thinking about it, and I think I really need to just set the valves in this tractor. It needs done. I looked online, injectors for this thing are not very much. I think you can get them for like 30 bucks each. So for that kind of money, honestly, probably put new injectors in this is not a bad idea, fuel injectors, but the one thing for sure, it definitely needs this valve set. So I've got an old book right here. It's got the valve setting instructions. So I guess what I'm gonna do is start taking the hood off here and get this thing prepped and ready to set some valves. And that way the engine will run more efficiently, not smoke so bad, start better in the cold, and possibly help with some of its heating issues too. So, and maybe if that guy with the arms that are on his legs and legs of his arms shows up, he could maybe finish the job for me in case I do something wrong. So I guess let's open this thing up and take a look. Now it's been a number of years since we've taken this hood off. So I don't fully remember how to take everything apart on this, like get the hood off. So I gotta look a little closer here. Ah, yes, it's coming back to me. I remember now. There's a lever right here you gotta pull, and that unlocks the hood. This thing's it's been hit before. Long time ago, that was there as long as I can remember. I don't know what happened, but someone ran this into something at some point. So it's kind of warped and not very well seated on there. The back end, I don't remember if it just slips in or what, but I'm gonna find out in a second here. So let's keep pulling on it. Okay, I'm getting there. I remember now. You gotta take the fuel cap and the radiator cap off for the hood to clear. That was what was catching. So what I did is I just got the hood actually rested on top of the muffler. There's a lip there, it's just basically rested on. And the edge of it's pressed in slightly against the glass, but I put a rag there. It's actually pretty secure where it's at. I really don't want it any higher. I don't need to take it off. This is plenty of room now to access all this. So I guess now I'm gonna start peeling off some of the items that are gonna be in the way that are easily to take on and off so I can get down to that valve cover so I can get the valve cover off, take a look at the valves. And then the next step is to get this engine to top dead center. What that means is the front piston, which is number one up here, I gotta make sure I find the right timing mark and everything set up so that that piston is that compression stroke and not suction. Let's go to work. there, we're exposed. There's plenty of room here now to do the fine tuning of the valves. The reason you've got to seat the valves correctly is see what happens when a piston, the whole point of a piston is to make compression, is to compress the air in the cylinder from a large volume to a narrow volume. And during that compression, fuel is injected into that mix, and the combination of fuel, heat, compression creates combustion. And the combustion is then what drives that cylinder expands, creates a tremendous amount of pressure on top of that compression, which then blows that cylinder back down. The valves have to open and close the top to let fuel and air in and exhaust out. Well, if they don't close properly, what happens is either air leaks in or exhaust escapes out through the intakes or the exhaust valves. There's 2 valves per cylinder. So what we're doing right now is basically I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna readjust all the valves so that they open and close tight when the compression stroke's taking place. When the intake's taking place, they open wide to let the air flow in. When the exhaust stroke's going on, they open wide to let the exhaust out. It gets out of adjustment over time. Metal stretches, metal wears. It's just over time things change and you have to readjust them. But before I go any further, I gotta get this tractor to top dead center. There is a cover on the front right here that has a timing gear in there, and I believe it's got a marker on there I can use to determine that, but I'm gonna look in the manual too just to confirm the best method to get to top dead center so I know that that cylinder is correct. After spending some time digging on the internet, as well as actually I asked some of you guys on Instagram and stuff too, I found out that the valve gaps are actually the same on this engine as the original 6404T that came out of the 4520, which was in here. So because this engine was a combine engine, it's a little different model number, and I was a little concerned that maybe the valve adjustments weren't quite the same because my book is for the tractor version, not the combine version. But as it turns out, they're the same. So that's been done. So now I know the gaps to set the valves at, which is good. The second thing is I learned through searching on the internet and forums, there's a little cover here on your clutch housing, basically like the bell housing, and I can get top dead center marks right there. So it says top dead center, and it's right up to a line, which then tells me that the first cylinder number 1 is on top dead center, which is awesome because I did check and both rocker arms are loose and the other side is tight. So that means that is the correct thing. So now I'm ready to start setting valves. You have to make sure the engine is in the correct position before you set the valves, otherwise you'll make a big mess of everything. It could potentially bend push rods or damage valves. We don't want that. So with the engine at top dead center, I've got my gauges here. I combine these two together like that, and then you use this for checking the gaps. So let's go to town on this and get these valves set. Well, there we go. That's the first engine that I've set the valves on by myself. I've always had leg arms there, always. And usually he just does it all, or he's there with me while I'm doing it. So yeah, I feel a little accomplished, you know? It's kind of like put my big boy pants on today, grew the beard, kind of just doing that thing. But I think I did okay. When I found out I did that first round wrong, I don't know, I was just looking at the indicators, a little I and an E for every valve, and somehow I thought everyone was intake along that same line, when I realized, no, they alternate intake, exhaust, intake, exhaust. So got it fixed, went back through. I'm just gonna button it back up, gotta put the cover plate back on the flywheel housing, plug in the flywheel. Got a cover on my timing gear up here. I took that off just because I was curious, the marks on that. Put the valve cover back on, intake line back on, hood back down, covers on, and then this thing should be good to go. I might fire it up, take it for a spin, see how it runs. I'm hoping it doesn't smoke as bad. I'm hoping it idles better, and I'm hoping it starts quicker. If it feels like nothing's changed, then the next step, I'm probably gonna buy a set of injectors for it and just throw them in it. The only downside with that is I know these injectors can be a pain to pull out of the block. Well, I guess the head when they've been in there a long time, and these ones I don't think have ever been removed. So we've messed with that in the past, and I remember the old engine, it was brutal getting those things out. So if they work great, I don't want to touch them, just leave them. Well, moment of truth, should we fire it up? Let's do it, see what it sounds like. Let's open the door up. Oh, I gotta love those Bosch injector pumps. Those things are awesome. Even though it's terribly cold outside, I'm gonna leave the door open, let this place air out a little bit. Let's go for a spin. Man, I can tell just throttle response already. I think it's running a lot better. You can tell already it is not smoking nearly as much as it was before. There was a lot of white smoke coming out of there. That exhaust is clean. I know the blue sky does help kind of hide some of the blue smoke if there is any, but it's not even warm yet. I mean, I didn't even get into operating temperatures really before I started running it real hard, which I haven't yet. But yeah, this thing's pretty good. I'm happy. Let's go park it. Oh yeah, and if you're wondering, this tractor has 4,699 hours on it. There we go. That is sweet. Oh, I'm very thankful that didn't sound weird, wasn't weird exhaust, didn't vibrate funny. I think I did it right. Cool. Well, before you guys go ahead and, you know, want my services to go ahead and run the racks on your vehicles, let's just say I would not do this to anybody else's other than our own, because you know what? I don't trust my skills well enough. But what the book says, what the internet says, it's pretty easy to do. Running a rack is not hard. I just haven't done it by myself, so it's pretty sweet. Well, I'd say it's pretty good mission accomplished. Vacs ready to go. Tractor's ready to go. I'm ready to market some more wheat when the prices go up. That'd be great if they would a little bit. They kind of dipped down since their last high. We probably should have sold more like everybody says. And then let's go take a look at our peas. Man, the pea market just won't recover. It dropped off nearly $2 from last year and it hasn't recovered since. That's a huge margin. And we really would love to get these peas out of this building so we can put equipment in there. Like 35,000 bushels of peas. High quality yellow peas just sitting here. It's funny because there's the demand for these sometimes. These were worth at one time like $8 a bushel. That's a lot of money for this type of crop. And then they were worth $3.75 a bushel a month ago. Now they're right around $4, $4.25. We'd love to get $5 for this stuff. Get it out of here, but we might have to settle for less. Really a shame, but you know, we can't control the markets and we can just control what we have here, and we can just sit on this for 8 months, wait till summer next year, and hopefully the prices recover by then, and just not use this building, or we just accept that we're not going to make as much money as we thought we would, get rid of this whole thing, have it gone off the farm. But I'm gonna look into my options. We're gonna see. We'll check around. There might be someone out there who can take care of this for us, and if so, that'd be awesome, because this was supposed to have been part of the budget of keeping things rolling. This pea market, being able to turn chem fallow acres into crop acres, and the peas was hopefully going to be our key, but I don't think it's going to happen. So we'll see. Maybe next year we might do something different. Never know. Ooh, I'm on ice skates here.
So much. There's just too much grain over there.
We're gonna need some signatures. Here. Here. Well, there you have it. Leg Arms is back. We sat down, had some intense conversations, negotiations, worked up a contract. He signed it graciously, and we're gonna have Leg Arms and videos from here on out.
Yeah, I actually went to Millennial's place, applied for a job. It didn't work out, not at all. It was a good opportunity to try to apply for that job, and he needs help, but just not my cup of tea. And I also did go to D-Boss Garage, and if you guys haven't checked out his channel, you should check it out. But went and worked for him for a day. It was a lot of fun, but it just wasn't my cup of tea. So I'm back here at Welker Farms, which is a good thing. I'm happy to be back. And I signed a lot of signatures, like scribbles and stuff like that. He wanted it. I don't know what it means, but whatever. It's good.
He didn't need to read any of it.
No, why would I read it? That's stupid. And I can't get fired.
Well, thanks everybody for being a part of the channel. And we are just about to hit 300,000 subscribers, which is unreal. That's pretty amazing.
That's a big number. It's huge. And thank you guys, first of all.
Couldn't do it without these guys. And with this guy back, guess what we're gonna start working on again? We're gonna finish it. You guys, don't worry, it's getting finished. It is getting finished.
We're just gonna say it's gonna finish it, and then we'll probably finish it next year, so.
Maybe. There's enough room in the shop to park it for a while. But no, we're gonna finish it starting next video. So stay tuned for that one, guys, definitely. And we'll catch you later.
You know, this toilet really isn't as nice as Zach's toilet.